Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to start a new series on YouTube. So this series is all about the techniques of makeup. So what I am talking about is techniques, the way you apply your makeup. The steps you need to follow while applying each and every product. This series will tell you all about applying foundation, primer, concealer, blush, eyeshadows, lipstick in a correct order, the ways you apply each and every product of makeup on your face. So I'm going to start with the product, starting with the primer, give a demo. So there will be a particular dedicated video about each and every layer that you apply while applying your makeup on your skin, so that when you apply your makeup, you apply it in a correct way. So without any further ado, let's get started. This video is all about primer. So what is primer? Primer is not at all your skincare product which you apply in your daily routine. It's a makeup product. So what does primer do? The basic function of primer is to create a thin layer on your skin so that the foundation gives you a very good and lasting effect on your skin. Basically, primer smooths out your skin. It creates a silk and smooth canvas for your skin. It smooths out and blurs the open pores. It gives a little mattifying effect unless you're using a illuminating primer. It makes your foundation last long. It smooths out foundation to a level that your foundation does not scales or flake out. It makes your foundation flawless. For example, while you're painting, like on your canvas, there are particular lines, so you need to apply a gesso or a primer to it so that it smooths out those lines. So while painting, it just gives a very good nice effect to it. So likewise, our face has pores and maybe bumps because of past acne, or maybe any skin texture, any kind of skin texture we have. So this blurs out everything and gives you a nice silky smooth finish to your foundation and gives a nice base to it. Primer also fills out your little fine lines, little ones, so those little creases under your eyes, around your mouth does not have that bad effect. So now we know what does primer do. So what are the types of primer? It can be mattifying primer, luminizing primer, hydrating primer, or it can be blurring primer or any primer or so. But which primer is used for oily skin? So for oily skin, you can apply mattifying primer. For dry skin, you can apply luminizing primer. And for the skin which has open pores, you can apply blurring primer. There are a variety of primers in the market, like this primer. This is by NYX Angel Whale. This primer is typically for blurring pores. It's an amazing primer. It blurs out all your visible pores and you can actually see to it. So when your pores are clogged with this primer or any primer as you apply, then the foundation does not clog your pore and it does not harm your skin much. Likewise, there is another primer. This is Illuminating Primer by Flower Beauty. This has a little illuminating effect to it, plus it has a little tint to it. So you can apply this primer, but it has little tint to it, so it's not a foundation, but it will give a little tint to your skin. And in addition, you can apply your lipstick and you're good to go. There are typically two types of primer. One is water-based primer and another one is silicone-based. Like this one, NYX Angel Whale, this is a typical silicone primer, so that's why it blurs your pores. So what is the benefit of silicone? Silicone gets into our pores, it fills it out, and so that foundation does not get into the pore. Otherwise, if you are not applying primer and you have visible open pores, your foundation will just accentuate those pores more, and those pores will be more visible after applying your makeup. So how does a water-based primer looks? So this is how it looks. It has a very transparent look to it. It's a gel-based kind of a stuff, and it has a very smooth finish to it. What does it do? Water-based primers are much thinner. It is good for oily skin, it controls sebum, and it's good for sensitive skin. So what does they do? They just apply a little thin layer on your skin and it does not clog your pore much, because already oily skin has so much of sebum into it, so it does not clog it. But likewise, it has water, so it absorbs it and it makes your skin more finer and looks good. Silicone based are much thicker, like this one. It has a very thick texture to it. As you can see, it is much creamier and much thicker. It's literally very silky, smooth finish to it. So now comes the question how to apply your primer. So to apply your primer, first you have to apply your moisturizer, any moisturizer you like. I have already applied and prepped my skin. So you have to take a very little amount. This much is enough. The technique for applying primer is, if you have a normal skin, you have to take a pea size of primer like this. If you have oily skin, then you can take little than pea amount. And if you have dry skin, so apply little more of your primer so that your skin absorbs more of your primer than your foundation, and then your foundation will look more flawless. So for primer, little is enough. So taking your primer on your fingers, just apply a little on your T-zone. So this is your T-zone, then rest of your area, because the problem of open pore is more on your T-zone, especially this area. Just apply and then try to work with your finger. Finger has little warmth to it. So when you apply your primer with your finger, so the warmth helps to stretch the product faster. So it's not a skincare, so you don't need to just drag or just push your product here and there. Slowly with your fingers you have to apply the product little by little. Work in little sections, and it literally has a very silky smooth finish to it. This little amount of primer was enough for my face. I'll show you a little bit of this primer also by Flower Beauty. This is an illuminating primer. This is how it looks. It has a little tint to it. So taking the same pea size, so what I am doing is dotting the major amount on the T-zone. So now I'll work with the product. So just pat. Let your skin absorb the product, because this is the basic step. So as you can see, it has a little sheen to it. I hope it's visible. So in the end, I want to conclude is that even if you are on a budget, primer is really important for your skin. Do invest in a primer. Maybe it can be a cheaper one, and applying primer can literally make a difference for your foundation and all over makeup. Stuff you have applied on your skin will show difference to it. So after applying primer, it is important to wait for a minute or so that this primer soaks in well and it gives a good finish to it. So when it's absorbed totally into the skin and when you apply foundation over it, it gives a very flawless finish. I hope these techniques were helpful to you. If you like the video, please do like, share and comment down below. Please subscribe to my channel. It means a world to me. So next video will be on techniques of applying perfect color corrector. Until then, love you guys. Bye.